So a couple of things on inclusion that I'm gonna end with. Being intentional about expanding the circle on whom you rely for checking blind spots, for giving you vital information about experiences that are different from your own. And many leaders, this is from a Deloitte study, that many leaders think that they're more inclusive than they are. And so in this leadership study that they did, it found that a third of leaders surveyed believe that they were more inclusive than they were to those around them. And so in many instances, and this goes back to that Northwestern study, there are people who think, oh yeah, I'm inclusive, I'm totally into this. But when you ask those around them, they're like, not so much. And so making sure that you expand that circle in and out of work is going to be key. So here are a couple of things. In this case, I have a couple of different action items that you can take. If you are especially an executive, but really in any leadership position, go to an ERG meeting, go to the employee resource group for a resource group that doesn't necessarily match your demographic. Go to an employee town hall, go to a DEI committee meeting, and just listen. Don't go there necessarily as a participant who's going to be, giving suggestions or talking about things, but about listening to see again if you might start identifying some of those blind spots and really seeing things from a different perspective. Develop ways for others to do the same thing. If you're a leader in your organization, create events. I've heard companies who are doing awesome things like speed coffees, where via Zoom now, people are getting together so that it's not just cross-functional, which is something that we certainly have been embracing for a long time, but crossing other lines, people who are different from each other, who may never work together, and really getting to know each other in a better way, in a deeper way, and being connected in a deeper way. I often say one of my mantras is that, if unconscious bias is our brain taking a shortcut and making assumptions because I don't have information about a person, well, then it seems to me that the opposite of that is to get to know each other, because now our brain doesn't have to rely on that shortcut. We actually know someone. I say, in my case, please ask me questions about being a Salvadoran immigrant and a woman, because now the next time you hear something about an immigrant from El Salvador or from Central America, you don't have to take that shortcut anymore. You can think of me. And then the other one is hold leadership team meetings that start with maybe a quote or an article or a video. And this doesn't have to be with just leaders. It could be a brown bag lunch seminar, but take something, take an article, take, a short video. I have found tons of video that, again, I'm more than happy to share some of those resources that are 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes long that can really spark discussion about looking at things from a different point of view and increasing that level of inclusion.